Who knew? Godzilla, based on a true story? You better buckle up.
Leviathan has officially awakened. Not only did it move from one side to another, but the land in Wyoming started to open up.
Right. And that day shall be distribute for food 2 monsters, a female monsters, whose name is Leviathan.
Think of 7 of these. There's just 1. That's 2. Think of 7 of them.
7 ice walls? Are you kidding me? The original video I uploaded got hit with a copyright, so I added some new material, so please watch the entire video for me again. Thank you. This was one of my favorite episodes, so we had to dive back in. Welcome back to another creepy video. I'm Jet-Ski Chuck, and remember, keep your head on a straight swivel. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Let's dive in.
What does an alligator do whenever they freeze in the water? That's right. They stick their nose out of the water to make sure that they can still breathe in the frozen water. As you can see, people, this is what reptiles do whenever it's frozen. And as you can see right here at the bottom of Argentina and the top of Antarctica, we have what appears to be a large serpent right there. Can you see it, people? Right there. You probably think this is crazy, but I'm going to prove to you that thing is a fire-breathing dragon and still alive. As you can see right here, as we zoom in, you can see what appears to be nose holes. These same holes you can find on reptiles like snakes. Now, they look like islands, all right, of some sort, until I continue to zoom in and zoom in, right? Keep up with me, people. I have to show you. This is crazy. This is smoke, people. What we are seeing that is white is smoke, people. And I know you don't want to believe it. I'm going to show it to you. We're going to keep on going. And I want you to also look. These are crater holes. These holes are going down. All right. This is this thing's nose, and he has it out of the water. Still breathing, people. All right. Watch, people. Look. Say Central Islands. People, look. This is a crater. That is going down. Look at it. That is going down. Let's get closer. Look at that, people. That is smoke. People, this is a crater going down into a hole right here. And this is smoke, people, coming out of that hole. Look at that. That is smoke coming out of the nose hole on this thing, you guys. Look at this. Once again, look. That is a crater. Look at the shadowing. That is going down. That is going down into... Oh no, not in Earth. That's crazy. People, this thing still has its nose out of the water. Why? Look at it. Why? Because it's frozen, people. This thing is still frozen in hibernation. And it has its nose out of the water, people. So it can still breathe. I just look. Listen, people. Look. Those are holes, people. That is not a not a volcano. That is not an island. That is a hole going down, people. With smoke. This is crazy. Look, that is smoke, you guys. That is smoke. You can say whatever you want to about this stuff. Listen to me. That goes down. That is down, and this is inside of there. This smoke is coming out of those holes right there and coming up here, people. I believe this is part of the nose on this damn dragon. This is absolutely crazy. absolutely, this is beyond me. Look at that, people. That's a crater. Right along with the other ones that are craters on this animal. Look at that thing, you guys. It is massive. And when I say, look at the wings. Look at the wings on this thing, you guys. Look at the wings. You have to be kidding me. This is crazy. You guys, I believe we live on a damn dragon. Puff, the magic dragon. Look at that.
Shout out to Retro for showing me this video on the Discord. As soon as I seen it, I'm like, I gotta show you guys. Take me to the submersible. We are living on a dragon that is still breathing in hibernation. Oh my God. Your thoughts below in the comments. We gotta talk about this. We're going all the way through there on this Leviathan, dragon, whatever it is. We're going that route again today on part 2. Part 2 on creepy videos that will question everything. Let's dive into it. Leviathan on the move. Head has turned. So now we have confirmation on the head turning. Oh no. What if every time it moves, that's an earthquake? No, that can't be it. Or could it?
Google Earth, guys, look, if we go down to the bottom of the Earth, what does that look like to you? Around Antarctica, what do you see there, guys? It has 2 eyes. It looks like it has scales. As we zoom in, you can see like it has nostrils. This is really, really fascinating for me as a student of Bible prophecy, because this is what it says in Job chapter 41. Can you draw out Leviathan with the hook? God also says in Isaiah 27 that there's a day coming. Once the judgment is over, Yehovah will slay the reptile that is in the sea. Job chapter 3, verse 8, check this out. May those curse it who curse the day, those who are ready to arouse Leviathan. This happened on April 8th, guys. You tell me, check this out.
During the solar eclipse, something big happened in Antarctica that caused waves 25 meters high. People are saying that this surfaced and it came from the direction of Antarctica, and now it is larger than the size of Texas.
Can you imagine a snake that big around the entire circle of the Earth, moving its head, breathing, causing massive tsunamis? What in the world, guys? Is not the truth of the Word of God stranger than fiction?
This is getting real. This is Dark Waters 9 officially. Oxygen levels.
100% jet.
We're going that route today. Let me know your thoughts below.
Found what's hiding underneath the ocean, y'all. You're definitely gonna want to take a look at this video, y'all. This gets crazy, and it's like, how do you know where to go to find these things? Like, do people just sit and just look through Google Earth? Look at it. Look at the water. Beautiful. What is that? Is that a camper? A camper on the water. But look at this, y'all. Look at this. Oh my goodness, y'all. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. No way. Oh my goodness, y'all, look at this. Is that Godzilla? Is that the Leviathan? And then someone sent me this early this rising, y'all. Look at this, right? Now, what I found interesting is this giant structure in the sky. Like, that's a solid object, y'all. That is a solid object in the sky. Look at this. Like, I'm not even... What, bro? We have literally entered a new world. We literally have entered a new world, or a new world has come upon us. Like, it's literally time, y'all. Look at this. This is crazy. Literally the land of the giants, y'all. Because what? I mean, all these things coming to the surface right now, y'all. The Age of Aquarius. Playing no games, y'all. Playing no games. Just revealing it all to us. Entertainment purposes only. I am only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times.
Yo, stop real quick. I already know. A lot of people are saying that this is the Leviathan, aka Godzilla, which if it could, yo, stop real quick. I already know. A lot of people are saying that this is the Leviathan, aka Godzilla.
Oh, hold it. Godzilla makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? Hey, I'm a huge fan. I just saw the Kong versus Godzilla movie, the new one. Man, love it. Huge fan. But who knows? Based on a true story, Godzilla? Oh, shoot.
Which, if it could be a petrified version of it, right? If y'all know what petrified is, look that up. Petrified giants, trees, mountains, you name it.
On that last video, it was moving. Who knew? Godzilla, based on a true story? You better buckle up.
Now, everybody is pretty much aware of this, right? But I was looking around and I seen something bigger. Maybe it's just me, but tell me what y'all think. I'm gonna guide you so you can really realize what's right in front of us. Peep this clip. All right, so speaking of like petrified giants and animals, right? It's right up here. If you could see the eye, and the landmass would kind of be, I guess, the bridge of it. It's like a beak. If you could see the beak right here, right? But stay with me now. I'm gonna go to the next one so you can see the full body. Pause. So the beak goes out that way. This is like its neck / torso going down with what could be or would appear to be either a limb or a fin. I'll show you the second part of the body. Oh. See right here? It's like it loops down like for the stomach and then comes back and it's like another leg and it kind of cuts off like right here. I don't know. Am I bugging or am I actually seeing something on top where the ice is? You can kind of see like the shape of the upper body. I don't know, man. Like some things are coincidences and some things are just is what it is right in front of your face. The sky's in plain sight. Don't let that go over your head. Peace and one love. Leave what you think in the comments below. Ew.
I'm gonna lie, that was a tough one to see the second one. But the first one is right there. Godzilla based on a true story. Google Earth has to be tricking with people to put this here. Somebody has to look up these coordinates and tell me. There's no way.
It's coming.
Video, I'll delve deeper into the prophecies surrounding this mysterious creature and explore why some people believe it plays a significant role in the unusual behavior of our marine life. The theories about Leviathan began to take shape back in 2020. It all started when scientists reported that the ice in Antarctica was melting, unveiling ancient rivers that stretched for 300 miles beneath the ice. At the same time, there were numerous strange occurrences in our oceans. These included multiple ocean fires and the in the middle of the ocean. Jumping to the present year, a massive anomaly was detected on radar originating from Antarctica. Initially, this was dismissed as a simple glitch. However, the anomaly reappeared and even changed its shape, leading many to believe that it wasn't a glitch at all. This series of peculiar events sparked widespread speculation and various theories. One prominent theory suggests that a creature known as Leviathan was trapped within the ancient rivers of Antarctica, isolated from our oceans by the thick Arctic ice. But as the ice melted, it is believed that this creature was set free into our waters. This sudden freedom prompted military preparations and caused significant disturbances among the ocean's wildlife. For those who may not be familiar, Leviathan is a legendary sea creature mentioned in the Bible, described with very distinct characteristics. The creature is said to have almost impenetrable scales, produce immense heat that makes the surrounding water boil. Although Leviathan isn't mentioned by name in every context, some people believe it is one of the beasts foretold in the Book of Revelation. According to these beliefs, Leviathan is destined to rise in the end times before being defeated by God as part of the final prophecies. The alignment of these details, the melting ice revealing ancient rivers, the strange anomalies and events in our oceans, and the biblical descriptions, has led many to speculate about the existence and impact of Leviathan. Whether you believe in these theories or not, the coincidences are intriguing and certainly worth exploring further. Stay tuned as we continue to investigate this fascinating and mysterious topic.
Did you know that the Bible mentions that just as humans cannot face the Leviathan, they are even less able to confront a creature called Behemoth? In the book of Job, God describes Behemoth as a true masterpiece. According to the text, Behemoth was God's first creation, even before the Leviathan. This creature has an impressive appearance and strength, with an abdomen of powerful muscles, bones dense as bronze, and legs as strong as iron. Although it rests under trees and is herbivorous, the Bible warns that it can attack if disturbed. Some believe that Behemoth is a hippopotamus, but the Bible says its tail moves like a cedar. Others think it might have been a dinosaur, possibly a sauropod, although its tail is not exactly described like that of a cedar. Additionally, a Jewish text mentions that Behemoth is stronger in June and its roar makes animals docile, preventing them from attacking each other or humans. In a confrontation between Behemoth and Leviathan, who do you think would win? Leave us your opinion in the comments.
Leviatán es una criatura mitológica que se encuentra referida en la Santa Biblia, especialmente en el Antiguo Testamento. Se trata de, entre términos generales, una criatura marina que representa el caos y el mal. Es el nombre que la Biblia concedió a uno de los tantos monstruos que pueblan el Antiguo Testamento. Una bestia marina gigante narrada en la Biblia, su creación por Dios, se encuentra en el Génesis.
I'm certain that there's something, but what bothers me more than what it is that they all know something we don't know.
Yeah, right.
Like that
We're supposed to know
that
stuff.
bothers me. It bothers me that they all know something, and I don't know, you don't know, they all do. That there's look at how many of them are there. It's not just like 4 or 5.
We're going to find out what they know in about 24
That's what I'm
hours.
concerned about.
Get out of Brazil.
The vibes have been off today, I think.
I think they have.
I've had bad vibes today.
All throughout the day. I'm gonna make the vibe.
I'm certain that there's something, but what bothers me more than
Leviathan out there.
Hey, China, what's that in the sea?
This has to be fake. Okay, first of all, I don't think the Earth looks like this, but check this out. I want to just zoom in on a random spot here. And we'll do the street view to show you that it works. You see that? All right, let's zoom out. Now, I'm going to go to an island off the coast of Taiwan. And you can do this yourself and follow along. I saw someone else do it. I couldn't believe what I saw. So, yeah. Let's just find this little divot here on the island and zoom in. And there's another smaller island. Go to the street view and just tap it. Okay. What the hell is going on here? I mean, we have to take this with a grain of salt because, first of all, Google Earth is not real. But it's a depiction of something. And if somebody is joking with us, why would they put that there? You know what? That seems like something I would do. I would do something like this. I would take Photoshop and I would place a huge Leviathan, aka Godzilla, right there. But you be the judge.
Truth. I'm talking all the truth about the Leviathan, and I'm talking beyond the Leviathan truth. I'm talking all the truth, but this has got to be shared. Oh, but first things first, Takey Talk, you know me. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. All things stated here are just speculation. We're just having a little bit of fun. New book goof and let's go. The whole world is buzzing. Is the Leviathan loose? Yes, my friends, in fact, I do believe it is. Who cares who unleashed the Kraken? Because the Kraken, compared to the Leviathan, child's play. But while everybody is talking about the Leviathan possibly being loose down by Antarctica in the oceans, the blob, along with the seas, mysteriously heating up like never before, causing sharks to attack people left and right on the shores down in Florida and I guess probably various places. All marine creatures to become very aggressive and act out of their character, and even many beach themselves and unalive themselves, as if to be running from something massive that they are afraid of. Trust and believe they are, and yes, trust and believe it is huge. No, there is no measure to the size of the Leviathan that would even make sense to you or I. It's big, and it's loose. The Kraken next to the Leviathan looks like a soft-shell crab. What? Soft-shell crab. Truths. Here we go. While everybody is talking about the Leviathan, yes, in fact, it is a biblical creature, but yes, in fact, just like we are finding out about everything in that Bible, my friends, is true. And yes, in fact, it does live here amongst us in this world today. But nobody's talking about its cousin, the equally horrifying large, massive creature. But unlike the Leviathan that is a sea creature, a dragon of the sea of sorts, a multi-headed dragon of the sea, to be exact, its illegitimate cousin is landlocked, the behemoth. God made the Leviathan and the behemoth, two of each, on the fifth day. A male and a female, and God looked at it and thought, that's not good. That's probably not great at all. Because it explains in Job 40. Read the whole thing, guys. You have homework. No man, no group of man, no nothing, no army could ever kill the Leviathan. And another thing that it explains about the Leviathan, it lives in the deep abyss. And it, hang on to your britches, makes the waters of the oceans boil. Boil. That might explain why the oceans are remarkably getting hotter suddenly, because perhaps the Leviathan has come up from the abyss, the deeps, where it has lived, and is now roaming about the ocean, preparing for exactly this time. And what is about to happen between it and the behemoth? Chosen ones, elect ones, righteous ones? This should make you excited. But I digress. We will get to that at the end. The Leviathan is like a dragon, a serpent of the sea. It's got multi-heads. It breathes fire and smoke, and it is massive. And the behemoth, its land cousin, it's equally as massive. It dwells in the rivers and the greenlands, and it seems to be described as a herbivore. All right, that's not bone-chilling, but it's huge. Its tail swings like a cedar, and its power is in its belly. Now, one might think to yourself, okay, I could see how they could hide a Leviathan in the sea, because that sea is big. I mean, we're talking big. But how? How could man ever hide a behemoth? A massive land creature like that? Come on, how could you hide that whole thing from the world? I know what you're thinking. Both could easily hide where, well, it seems most obvious. Oh, I don't know, somewhere that is, I don't know, off limits, unavailable to the public for exploration. I don't know, someplace like Antarctica. But Auntie, it's a herbivore. Antarctica's a big land of continent ice continent. I'm not laughing at the fact it's not. Actually, I am, but I'm laughing at the fact I said it like that. What if I were to tell you, it is my hunch, and the fact that the blob first appeared in Antarctic waters and went along up the coast of South America in April, right around the same time the sea started to get a lot hotter. That does tend to make me think, oh, now we can understand why they don't want us down in Antarctica at all of the countries. But how could the behemoth hide in Antarctica if it's all snow-covered and there's no trees or rivers for it to dwell in? Well, my friends, that's easy. Because not only is Antarctica not a continent just full of ice, Antarctica, my friends, is an ice wall. And I do truly believe that along with the Leviathan being hid down deep in the waters, the abyss down in the Antarctic waters, that is exactly where the behemoth has been hiding as well. Well, not in the waters, but on the land. But we'll get to that. One sec. There are some vital truths that you need to understand for this all to come together and make sense. Vital truth number 1. NASA in Hebrew means deceive. NASA originally was founded to explore something far different than outer space. NASA's main focus was always the ocean, exploring the great depths of the unexplored ocean itself. In fact, NASA was busy exploring the oceans in the 40s and the 50s, with whispers of a project called Project Leviathan. But quickly, one comment he made on one nationally broadcast TV show in the 50s changed it all. And an unusual set of events took place. And that man, my friends, was Admiral Richard E. Byrd. Hands down, by far, notoriously the most notable and amazing polar explorer America has ever known. Nay, the world has ever known. a pilot, and not just any pilot, but the first pilot to ever fly over the South Pole in 1920-something. I don't remember, and I'm running late. The very same polar explorer who spearheaded Project High Jump. In 1946, extended to 1947, an exploration team that explored Antarctica and the South Pole. And my friends, what Admiral Richard E. Byrd discovered, that is what changed everything, and fast. Admiral Richard E. Byrd went on television to explain their findings. I have shared videos about this in the clip. You can easily Google it. I'm not going to share it on this video because this video is staying up. But in a nutshell, he said, we discovered land, undiscovered land, inhabitable Greenland, the size of America, maybe a little bit larger, just beyond the South Pole. Well, now that's shocking. Green, lush, inhabitable, full of minerals, rich with ore. And why have we not heard of this since then? And why does that place not have a name? And even better, why is that place still not on a map? I digress. Well, no, before I digress, why do they still want us to believe Antarctica is a big old snowy continent when we know better? It is, in fact, my friends, an ice wall. Before I go on further to explain the odd events in their order of occurrence, there's another vital truth you must understand. There is, in fact, a firmament above us. It was so important, God placed it on the second day, and it is right there smack dab on the first page of the Bible. What's a firmament, Auntie? Oh, I got you. It is an impenetrable dome over us that separates the waters above from the waters below. Impenetrable. Ain't nobody getting out, and nobody's getting in. Making NASA and space travel an absolute farce. After Richard E. Byrd exposed this truth on TV, according to his journals, boy, the government was not happy, not at all. They told him to zip it and never say it again. But it seems as though I don't know if they felt they could trust him with that. And in 1957, not long after the airing of that episode, 60-year-old Admiral Richard E. Byrd, one of the most physically fit polar explorers of American history, passed away unexpectedly of a heart attack in his sleep. And it is a shame he passed away. Had he just hung on less than a year later, he could have witnessed one thing. In 1958, the founding of NASA. Same explorers, just different place. Space. Many are understanding now it was more of a distraction or diversion. Don't look down there, look up there, sort of thing. Because remember, boys and girls, space, it does not exist. And ironically, not so ironically, just a year after that, in 1959, the Antarctic Treaty was signed by 12 countries, making personal exploration of Antarctica impossible. The public was no longer allowed, it was off limits. I'll give you just a second there to do that math. So we know now, our eyes are wide open. NASA, it's a farce. Why were they so interested in the oceans before? And why did they have to distract us with outer space after Admiral Richard E. Byrd dropped the bag explaining that he found inhabitable Greenland just beyond the South Pole, the size of America? Yet we have never seen or heard of that land ever since. Enter the Antarctic Treaty, signed by these countries, making it impossible for us to go chickadee check that all out. What do you suppose they've been hiding this whole time? Did Admiral Richard E. Byrd happen to find more than just land, inhabitable land beyond the South Pole? Greenland? Lush land? Did NASA actually find something more in the ocean? Perhaps the one thing they'd been looking for all along? Perhaps in that one spot, well, we're just not ever allowed to go? Did NASA discover the Leviathan down in the Antarctic area, around or along the ice wall? And did Admiral Richard E. Byrd either A, discover the Behemoth? Because remember, there's green, inhabitable, lush land down there. And that is the exact kind of inhabitants the Behemoth would love and live in. And if he didn't see the Behemoth for himself, did he at least accidentally discover the Behemoth's home sweet home? Could both of these biblical beasts, these monstrous, massive beasts, have been hiding down there in Antarctica all along? Now here's why the chosen, the elect, and the righteous should be totally excited with the fact that the Leviathan, might in fact be loose. Because biblically, there is a story where the Leviathan and the Behemoth, because now there are only one, but in the end of days, the Behemoth and the Leviathan, I'm talking the end of days, will not only meet up in the same place, same time, y'all, those two, they're gonna have beef. And there shall ensue the most epic biblical battle between the Behemoth and the Leviathan. Behemoth's horns will interlock and the fins of the Leviathan will do harm. But at that point, God will
Is that written? We gotta look that up.
intercede and slay them both. And the chosen and the elect and the righteous will witness this. And not only witness this, but they will feast on the beast of the land under the canopies made of the Leviathan skin. So there you have it. If the Leviathan's loose, don't be scared. Be excited, because it could potentially be by far, hands down, one of the final biblical prophecies before Yeshua's return. And I don't know about you, chosen ones, but I'm hungry, and I am so ready to go back home. The most interesting thing is we actually know the name of the land where the behemoth lives. It is called Duodane, and it is east of Eden. Could this lush land that Admiral Richard D. Byrd found and discovered actually be Duodane that we've never heard of? Right next to the abyss where the Leviathan had been thrown? Could this be where these two creatures have stayed ever since? Could Duodane be an area that we've never been able to see for ourselves because, well, it's off limits down by Antarctica, the ice wall, just east of Eden? And could Antarctica actually house Eden as well? The truth about the Leviathan, and I'm talking
Auntie just grabbed us by the ankle and snatched us into that dark hole, that dark Waters 9 rabbit hole, didn't she? And laid it all out. Whew. Shout out to Auntie Coolette. That's Coolette. If you want to check that out. People in the comments are saying Godzilla vs. Kong seems to be like a watered down small scale fairy tale version of this. Hey, doesn't it? It's trying to, based on a true story. Who would have ever said that though? Honestly, who would have ever said Godzilla was based on a true story? Kong versus Godzilla? Hey, at the end of this, they need to put that in the history books. Hey, keep your head on a swivel out here, man. It's your boy Jesky Chuck. I'm not done. We got more to talk about, man. We gotta really go through there on this, man. She said they're fighting. Where is that written? We need to find we need to see if that's in a book. You know? Shout out to Admiral Byrd, man.
So I was on TikTok and this page I follow was talking about this dragon that's frozen, laid dormant under South America. And it made a video saying, oh, the dragon is alive and is moving. So somebody in the comments was like, oh no, I've been looking at this image for a long time and it hasn't moved. So that just led me to type in, Levi dragon moves. And when the results came in, these two images were side by side. And I'm looking like, oh shit, it did move. So I was on TikTok and it's,
it all makes sense now. If the U.S. or if the Leviathan did wake up like this big, huge creature in the ocean, that would make sense. Everything would make sense then. Y'all, so stay with me. And this is for entertainment purposes only. This is just me thinking. This is hypothetical. This is all what ifs. That's all. Is them feeding the Leviathan, this thing, this whole time. Like, what if those spices and things like that, the reason why we can't find the piece is because they're feeding it to this creature? Like, what if they've been feeding it to this creature the whole time? Like, and what if the new sun and the sun the whole time was like a heat lamp? Like, what if we're in like a big aquarium? I know, like on a mass scale. It doesn't feel like that because we're humans and we feel like we know everything, technology, and so smart, right? But what if we are like in like a fish tank, so to speak, and like we're just food. We're food. But even though we're just food, we have adapted to the ways of the world. Like we still live in our lives, cars and all that, but the government knows. And they have to, they can't say it. They can't be like, y'all, it's a big creature that we kept him at bay for as long as possible, but now he's surfacing. And a lot of people and I heard about, like I said, the underwater volcanoes that are happening. Maybe that's what's making him come to shore. And also the other fish and all that stuff are also scared of him. But also the overfishing could be causing not enough fish to be in the ocean to sustain this major, big, huge monster beast thingy. I'm sure that it has to eat a lot. And if other animals aren't getting fish, then he's not getting it either. I also feel like this is why I feel like the earth is like, at this point I'm like, is it earth? Only because I feel like the earth is way bigger than they're telling us. I don't feel like it's a closed, big, flat globe like they've been feeding us. I really don't now. I think it's a big ass long plane, like maybe like endless. Like I don't know. I see like it's just not ending, like a flat ass plane or whatever. Now the firmament to me now feels like a cage. It feels like a dome. It feels like somebody just put a lid on it, and we're trapped inside with this big humongous beast that's a pet to something even bigger that we can never understand. With that being said, yeah, we still gotta go to work. Yeah, we still gotta go pay bills. And I think that's where all these clones are coming from too, to make us seem like the world is really like just going along regular when it's a whole motherfucking Godzilla that's about to attack us at any moment. And it's always been a Godzilla that was about to attack us at any moment. What if this was the Bermuda thing the whole time? Bunkers. It all makes sense now. If the U.S.
I see. I'm the last to get the comparison of Leviathan and Godzilla, but I didn't. I just found out about it yesterday. I seen it before, but now it's really moving and breathing with them volcanoes, with the smoke underwater. I don't know. It lines up is all I'm saying for entertainment purposes only. Do I think they feed people getting fed to it? Nah, that's a stretch, but I do feel like it might be really down there over there.
It's been suggested by some scholars to suggest Leviathan is a primeval sea serpent that encircles the earth with its body, which is a belief held by some of the Israelites' neighbors.
Leviathan. On Google Earth, you can find them. 100%. There's the serpent's head. There's the serpent's tail in his mouth. It does circle right around Antarctica, the bottom of the earth. Now you can see where his head is, where his tail goes into his mouth. Do you all remember what just happened in that area? Right by Leviathan's head. Maybe he's breathing. Maybe that's what's causing the waves.
Of Leviathan's name has been suggested by some scholars to suggest Leviathan is a primeval sea serpent.
Alright fam, today we're talking about the Drake Passage, and this is a good one, I promise you. So the Drake's Passage is notorious for having the biggest waves, the roughest seas, and I believe the most casualties. This place has so many deaths and I believe over 800 shipwrecks that they actually know about. And look at this damn thing. When have you ever seen anything like that? What is that? Hey y'all, never mind, come over here. I found it. They explain why. They got the answer for it, just like everything, yo. Okay, so check out as we go into Google Earth and we start to maneuver around the island. I'm gonna let you guys check this out real quick. Watch as I rotate the Google Earth picture here, it just looks almost like, I don't want to go there, but Godzilla. You clearly have a neck. Then you have the two eyes there. It looks like his left eye is that white island, but then his right eye socket's underwater. Now this is what I found really interesting that nobody's hit on. I've seen like one other video saying something about it looking like a creature, but nothing more. It has these perfectly aligned, what are islands now, but looks like the bridge of this thing's nose. I mean, you cannot deny that pattern is there. What if this thing is frozen and all this anomaly is hot water heating it up and releasing this from the Antarctic? Maybe they're doing this on purpose, you know? I've heard weirder things. Notice how this one looks like a signal almost emanating out of this possible Leviathan type creature. This looks like a thermal imaging scan of the Drake Passage, where it looks like a spine to me. It looks like a reptile's armor plating. I'm so confused of how this has never been really investigated or even really brought up till the anomaly. Every scan reveals something new, it seems like. This is incredible. So in conclusion, what if all these waves, like I don't know if you saw in Hawaii, they had these tremendous waves, just it looked like it was just off the shore. So what if this is from water displacement because something's huge moving under the ocean and is causing the old Jersey Shore, featured here, this is from last year, making it look like this, what it looks like now. Like and subscribe for more, comment below. Let me know what you guys.
Jersey Shore has Caribbean water now? That is wild. Is that true? Type that in.
All right, fam. Today we're talking about the Drake.
Let's type it in. Jersey Shore Beach now.
Didn't count. Summer was what mattered. My whole life was measured in.
Nah, it looks good. Does look like Caribbean. New Jersey. How long did y'all keep this a secret? Damn. Something happened. Jersey Shore is turning into Florida low key. What? I didn't seen so many damn shark videos. I'm annoyed. Damn, they're not lying. That water looks Caribbean-like, doesn't it? Hey, meet up at Jersey Shore, man. We need to meet up. Let's all meet up, get some corn dogs, surf, have a great time, because Leviathan freshening up the waters, it looked like. Unbelievable. Maybe we need to type in what to do at Jersey Shore. There's no way. This is Jersey Shore right now? Tell me this doesn't look like Fiji Islands. I bet you nobody knows why.
and I can still see it. The summer could
Wow, they got an aquarium there too? Who knew New Jersey was nice?
Part 23. Go on unlimited rides at the biggest state fair in New Jersey. Fun things to do in New Jersey. Part 23. Go on unlimited rides at the biggest state fair in New Jersey. Not only do they have 30 thrill rides and 27 kid rides, but they also have a petting zoo, delicious foods, a mirror maze, fireworks, and they're open as fun things to do in New Jersey. Part 23. Go on unlimited rides at the biggest state fair in New Jersey. Not only do they have 30 thrill rides and 27 kid rides, but they also have a petting zoo, delicious foods, a mirror maze, fireworks, and they're open as late as 1 a.m. now through July 7th. So check out State Fair Meadowlands and like and follow for more fun things to do in New Jersey.
Oh yeah, y'all was gatekeeping New Jersey. Those waters got fresh because the Leviathan moved around a little bit. Oh no, jig's up. We know.
In this video,
Leviatán.
The Leviathan. So you guys know how we told y'all that this Leviathan, this dragon, is waking up because look at the difference of movements, right? In this picture, his head is straight. In this picture, his head is tilted to the right a little bit. So I was doing a little bit of research, and it turns out we may be living on multiple fossilized creatures. You know what I'm saying? We already know that these mountains are giant petrified, you know, human beings and whatnot. And I believe this is the fact for this whole planet that we live on. But were you guys aware that America is also known as Turtle Island? As you can see over here, you guys, the shape of the Americas is shaped like a turtle, including Mexico. Mexico would be the tail. California, one of the legs. Florida, the other leg, right? And then you have over here the arms and the head of the turtle. Here's another better depiction, as you can see over here, you guys, right? Right? And here's another one over here. Here's another rendition, you know, the satellite view of how North America looks like. So I went back to this and I was like, okay, this is like another head of some other creature. Like, so I did more research and I looked up turtle dragon or dragon turtle. Now, according to Google, this is what a dragon turtle would look like, y'all. What does that remind you guys of? Godzilla, right? Godzilla, Reptar, right? Check this out. Dragon turtles are mythical creatures that combine the body of a dragon with the shell of a turtle. They are distantly related to dragons and have dragon blood. In some mythologies, dragon turtles are considered aquatic creatures and among the most dangerous in existence. Doesn't that sound like Godzilla that they have been promoting, y'all? Doesn't it? Now let's take it to this, because I found something interesting. So here's one head, right? And thanks to another creator, here's the other head of what you call the Leviathan, okay? Right? And here is Turtle Island. You can clearly see it's a turtle. Look at it. Here's the paws, the head, the tail, the leg. Turtle Island, right? Here's the other head of the Leviathan, one head, right? Okay, and here is this over here. Now check this out, y'all. Now I ask you, wouldn't that be considered a dragon turtle? A mythical creature that combines the body of a dragon with a shell of a turtle, which I just showed you guys in that video. Now watch this, because I told you guys numbers do not lie. So we're living on Turtle Island, right? And I just showed y'all dragon turtle. So why does Turtle Island and dragon turtle give you the same numbers almost in every cipher? Even this one over here, 7 plus 4 gives you 11 and 5 plus 6 gives you 11. But look at this, you guys, all across the board. Can y'all see that? So I ask you again, are we really living on these fossilized creatures, these ancient beings? And did you guys know turtles predate dinosaurs, right? And they say that dinosaurs are the most prehistoric things, or that's what they want us to believe. So yes.
Leviathan has officially awakened. Not only did it move from one side to another, but the land in Wyoming started to open up.
You ready for something wild? That's a fault line. All sinking in here. 2 feet deep.
Now, mind you, this is not the only incident that has happened, because I believe just a couple nights ago, you can also see hundreds of people running out of the ocean.
You know, thinking about living on all these ancient petrified animals is making me think of the OG, Roger at Mud Fossil. I wonder what he's been up to and what he got going on. Let's review a little bit real quick. Titan hunting. We might need to go live soon and do a Titan hunt. All right, they got a clip for us.
freaking nature, and it's freaking awesome! Woo!
It's hard not to see it. The evidence of our mud fossil and petrified past can be found everywhere. And it really truly is amazing just how many people are waking up to this fact. And much like the mud flood, once your eyes are opened, you see it everywhere. And with that, all these newly opened eyes are bringing forth more and more evidence daily. It's the one good thing that social media has brought. True citizen journalism. Opened eyes and open minds catching what they see in this world and finding the beautiful truth that holds. Like the fact that geology is nothing more than hardened biology. Mud Fossil University on YouTube. I highly recommend checking it out if you want to learn more about mud fossils.
Tell me that doesn't look like bacon. That looks like bacon, doesn't it? Geology is nothing but hardened biology. I love that.
Question everything, friends. Until next time.
That means Behemoth is probably on number 6. You better lock in and buckle up. You're in for another creepy video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and keep your head on a straight swivel. Let's dive into it.
Behold the behemoth, a colossus of the land, as mighty as the hills it roams. With strength unparalleled, it stands firm, its tail swaying like a mighty cedar. A symbol of unwavering power, the behemoth is a marvel, a creature of the earth embodying the grandeur of creation. It stands as a testament to the enduring strength and majesty woven into the very fabric of nature.
I'm just trying to get a handle on this. I'm trying to figure out what's really going on. Where is Behemoth? Who is it actually?
The third parable concerns the righteous ones. Blessed are they, for glorious shall be their lot. They shall be in the light of the sun, and their days shall be unending. The days of the holy shall be without number, and peace shall be unto them in the name of the Lord of spirits. And there shall be light that never ends, as darkness should have been vanquished. In this parable, Enoch witnessed a mighty quake terribly shake the heavens, disrupting its tranquility with a feeling of impending doom. The Lord of Spirits sat on his throne of glory, surrounded by his angels. But Enoch fell to the ground, trembling with fear, for he could not endure the look of the holy ones, and the shaking of the heavens. Thus, Michael beckoned one of the angels to help him up, and as the angel raised him to his feet, his spirit was strengthened. And Michael said to him, "Does what you see disturb you? Why is that? Has his mercy not lasted towards those who dwell on earth, until this day?" And with that, Enoch was shown that the day has been prepared when the might of the punishment and judgment of the Lord shall descend upon those who do not worship the righteous law, and those who deny the righteous judgment, and those who take his name in vain.
Where is this? Look at this painting. Look how creepy this is. Is this a face? What is going on here?
It shall be a covenant for the elect, but for sinners it shall be an inquisition. When the punishment of the Lord of Spirits shall rest upon them, it shall not come in vain. It shall slay the children with their mothers, and the children with their fathers. For that day, 2 monsters have been kept, bred separately from one another. A female monster named Leviathan, which dwells in the abyss of the ocean, over the fountains of the waters, and a male monster named Behemoth, which occupies a wasted wilderness, called Duodain, which is situated to the east of the Garden of the Righteous, where Enoch's great-grandfather and the first man, Adam, was created by the Lord of Spirits. This garden spoken of here is the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve dwelt during their years of innocence. And so, Enoch spoke to the angel who was with him, saying, "Show me the might of these monsters, the one in the abyss of the sea, and the one on the desert of the earth." And the angel said to him, "Son of man, you wish to know that which is hidden. Then you shall." And so they began their journey to the abode of the monsters of the day of doom. On their way, Enoch saw the spirits of the sea, and of frost, and of rain, and of dew. The spirit of the sea was masculine and strong, and pulled his might back and forth with the rain, dispersing the sea waters in the midst of the mountains of the earth. The spirit of snow was an angel who almost never stayed in its storehouse. It ascended and descended like a smoke, and its name was Frost. The spirit of dew and mist was also an angel who dwelt at the ends of heaven and worked hand in hand with the spirit of rain. And when the spirit of rain was ready to come out of its storehouse, the angels laid open the doors for it, as it diffused over the whole earth, uniting with the waters of the earth. When the waters of the heavens unite with the waters of the earth, they bring nourishment to the earth from the Most High. Then Enoch and the angel arrived at the lair of the two monsters, and lo, he saw the terrible beasts, the Leviathan and the Behemoth, who were being prepared in accordance with the will of the Lord of Spirits. And the angel said to him, "These two monsters will execute the punishment of the Lord."
Alright, this is Enoch 58. It says, "But when the time shall come, then shall the power, the punishment, and the judgment take place, which the Lord of Spirits has prepared for those who prostrate themselves to the judgment of the righteous, for those who abjure that judgment, and for those who take his name in vain. That day has been prepared for the elect as a day of the covenant, and for sinners a day of inquisition. In that day shall be distribute for food two monsters, a female monsters, whose name is Leviathan." So Enoch said it's a female. Leviathan's a female, dwelling in the depths of the sea above the spring of waters. Could it be under the ice wall? And a male monster whose name is Behemoth, who possesses moving on his breast while the invisible wilderness. His name was Dindayin in the east of the garden, where the elect and the righteous will dwell, where he received it from my ancestor, who was a man from Adam, the first of men, whom the Lord of Spirits made. Man, this is very precise, isn't it? Then I asked of another angel to show me the power of those monsters, how they became separated on the same day, one day being in the depths of the sea, and one in the dry desert. And he said, "Thou son of man, art here desirous of understanding secret things?" And the angel of peace who was with me said, "These two monsters are by the power of God prepared to become food, that the punishment of God may not be in vain. Then shall the children be slain," with their, you guys see it. That's tough.
Shalom, Mishpaka. Man, we had a wonderful live. Shalom, Mishpaka. Man, we had a wonderful live tonight. I want to really give thanks and shout outs to everybody who was there, those who contributed and participated, and we were going through the book of Revelation. It was really a tremendous.
I believe Mashampak is Hebrew for family.
Baruch. And the topic came up. I brought up Behemoth and Leviathan, how they'll be food for us in the last days, and how they were once one and were divided, and one placed on the land and one placed on the sea. But I couldn't remember exactly where it was. So I went back and found the scripts, and so it's a book of Hanak. I'm going to read chapter 59. There's 14 verses here. So, in the 500th year and in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month, of the lifetime of Hanak. In that parable I saw that the heaven of heavens shook, that it shook violently, and that the powers of all Alyan, and the angels, thousands and thousands and myriads of myriads, were agitated with great agitation. And when I looked, the Ancient of Days was sitting on the throne of his esteem, while the angels and Kadashayam were standing around him. A great trembling came upon me, and terror seized me. My loins were bowed down and loosened. My mind was dissolved, and I fell upon my face. The Kadash, Mikael, another Kadash angel, one of the Kadash ones, was sent, who raised me up. And when he raised me up, my Ruach returned, for I was incapable of enduring this vision of violence, its agitation, and the concussion of heaven. Then Kadash Mikael said to me, "Why are you disturbed at this vision? Hitherto has existed the day of mercy, and he has been merciful and long-suffering towards all who dwell upon Haaretz. But when the time shall come, then power, the punishment, and the judgment which Yahuwah has prepared for those who prostrate themselves to the judgment of righteousness, for those who abhor that judgment, and for those who take his name in vain. That day has been prepared for the elect as a covenant, and for sinners as an inquisition. And that day shall be distributed 2 monsters, a female monster whose name is Leviathan, dwelling in the depths of the sea above the springs of waters, and a male monster whose name is Behemoth, which possesseth on his breast the invisible wilderness. His name was Dandayan, in the east of the garden, where the elect and the Kadash righteous will dwell, where he received it from my ancestor, who was man from Adam, the first man, whom Yahuwah made. Then I asked of another angel to show me the power of those monsters, how they became separated on the same day, one in the depths of the sea and one in the dry desert. And he said, "You, son of Adam, are here, desirous of understanding secret things." And the angel of Shalom, who was with me, said, "These 2 monsters are by the powers of Elohim prepared to become food, that the punishment of Elohim may not be in vain. Then shall children be slain with their mothers, and sons with their fathers. And when the punishment of Yahuwah shall continue upon them, shall it continue, that the punishment of Yahuwah Sebaot may not take place in vain. After that, judgment shall exist with mercy and long-suffering." Shalom, Mishpaka. Shalom, Mishpaka.
He just read that better than I ever could. And he was using the real names. Man, I haven't heard that in a long time. But I hear you, Ak.
Of Behemoth and
Who is Enoch?
You know that Enoch was a real powerful man because he's talked about in the Bible, yet his book is not in the Bible.
Who is Enoch?
You know that Enoch was a real powerful man because he's talked about in the Bible, yet his book is not in the Bible. It was left out by accident on purpose. And the reason why is because he's talking about beings that were not from earth, that came here from up above and engaged mankind. They taught us how to build weapons. They taught us about perfume and makeup, taught us how to make jewelry and beer and all this other crazy stuff, right? They were having So these weren't like the angels that we're thinking with the fluffy wings. These were people. And these beings that came to visit gave him an appointed date that he would be taken away from earth. And so he got taken away from earth. The only Bible that has a copy of the book of Enoch inside of it is the Ethiopian Bible, which predates the King James Bible.
Check this out, everybody. Check this out. They're getting us prepared. Right in your face. Sons of God, the Nephilim. Not the Nephilim, but the fallen angels. Coming soon.
Could you imagine if they really came out with that movie? It looks like it was AI generated. I'm not gonna cap, but I would love to see it. Like, we got the technology to get a full one out, so why not AI generate the whole thing? You know, get us something interesting going on. Nothing new under the sun. Are they based on the Bible? Will Behemoth come forth out of his seclusion on land and the Leviathan out of the sea? These two gigantic monsters created on the 5th day, will they serve as food for the elect, or will they survive in the days of the Messiah?
This one truth about the book of Enoch is going to blow your mind, and you're going to realize how far the deception goes. Check it out. And before you say anything bad about the book of Enoch, the book of Jude in our Bible references the book of Enoch, saying that he prophesied these things. In fact, the book of Enoch is in the oldest Bible, the Ethiopian Bible, and that Bible contains 88 books. So then the question is, why isn't it in our Bible? The Bible that we have today is the canonized version. That just means the Catholic Church and popes came together and decided what books went into our Bible. Yeah, that's not a red flag at all. Nevertheless, the oldest Bible contains it, so I'm gonna go with the oldest. Disclaimer, there are a bunch of fake book of Enochs out there, so if you're going to research this book, make sure you do your due diligence and get the right book of Enoch. Jesus said, as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be when the Son of Man returns. And Enoch accurately describes what happens in the days of Noah, so why is it not in our Bible? Watch these Christian movies on Tubi. Subscribe and follow. This one truth about the book of Enoch is going to blow your mind.
The book of Enoch revealed some troubling secrets about exactly who will go to hell. 2 Enoch even tells us exactly what hell looks like. Enoch was taken to each dimension of heaven, and there are a total of 10 levels to heaven, but we'll only be speaking about the first 3 for this video. The first heaven is located directly above the firmament, the second being a prison for the angels, and the third heaven is a paradise for the righteous. However, there is a much darker side to this heaven as well, for the unrighteous. Located in the northern region of this heaven, Enoch seen all kinds of torment. In Enoch's own words, there is no light there, and a black fire blazes up perpetually, with a river of fire that comes out over the whole place, fire here, freezing ice there, and it dries up and it freezes. Also, there are evil angels in this place tormenting humans. The angels that took Enoch through these levels of heaven told Enoch who these people who will go to hell are. They told him, "This place, Enoch, has been prepared for those who do not glorify God, who practice on the earth the sin, which is against nature, of witchcraft, enchantments, divinations, trafficking with demons, who boast about their evil deeds, stealing, lying, insulting, coveting, resentment, fornication, unaliving people, and who steal the souls of men secretly, seizing the poor by the throat, taking away their possessions, enriching themselves from the possessions of others, defrauding them, who, when they are able to provide sustenance, bring about the death of the hungry by starvation, and when they are able to provide clothing, take away the last garment of the naked, who do not acknowledge their Creator, but bow down to idols which have no souls, which can neither see nor hear, vain gods, constructing images, and bowing down to vile things made by hands. For all these, this place has been prepared as an eternal reward." The book of Enoch revealed some troubling secrets about exactly who will go.
He said an eternal reward for them. Oh my goodness. That's tough. But one thing that was interesting about that was how it said that lake freezes over. Fire here freezing with ice. That's interesting.
Up perpetually, with a river of fire of torment. In Enoch's own words, there is no light there, and a black fire blazes up perpetually, with a river of fire that comes out over the whole place, fire here, freezing ice there, and it dries up and it freezes.
So that's like molten lava that's freezing over itself. Sounds like molten lava, basically.
It remains an enigma what fate befell the women who birthed the progeny of fallen angels. After receiving arcane knowledge from the heavens, these women inadvertently became the forebears of sorcery, mothers to generations steeped in magical practices. The Book of Enoch details how these women were taught spells and the art of herbology, classified as forbidden knowledge. Such teachings led to their distinct and peculiar fate, transformation into the world's initial mermaids. Condemned to exist as sirens within the boundless deep blue, their tales trace back to the era of Noah. This raises a query. Could a mermaid endure a flood? The legend of the siren, among the most ancient of myths, speaks of alluring women who transform into monstrous entities that pull sailors to the ocean's depths. Once the consorts of fallen angels, these sirens were exiled to the ocean as a penalty for the forbidden secrets they amassed on earth. To delve deeper into the story of the Watchers, fallen angels who descended to earth and seduced human women, tap the orange cart to purchase the Book of Enoch. It remains an enigma.
Enoch was a man who became godlike, and he built a city, and this city of Enoch became so holy that it transcended this dimension. Enoch was a man who became godlike, and he built a city, and this city of Enoch became so holy that it transcended this dimension, as it's described in this book. There are certain signatures, and throughout Scripture, we see references to people getting keys, right? We've all heard about the keys of Peter, the keys of Melchizedek, the keys of Enoch. They all have sigils as well.
Yeah, it's so fucking visible from the phone.
Yeah, it's definitely there. There's something there. I have another tree of life here with the staff of Caduceus right here. The staff of Caduceus is the staff of Hermes. And it's got a snake wrapped around it with the teeth. That's the Tau. Tau cross. Now we have a tree right here. The mouth open, the teeth sticking up, coiled, snake head here, with a coiled snake all the way around this. You can see it really clearly right here especially. It comes all the way on this side. Then you have another tree of life here with the staff of Caduceus right here. The staff of Caduceus is the staff of Hermes. And it's got a snake wrapped around it with teeth. That's the Tau. The Tau cross. Only side we haven't seen something yet. Well, look at this. There's a T right here.
Yeah.
See that large T?
It's freaking visible from the phone.
It's like the river, right? The tree on both sides of this river. And here's another tree of life right here. And you can see as well the staff of Caduceus. I'm going to follow it, right? So there's a line, it's the shape of a T. So here's the T coming down like this, and a snake curling around it just like this. Enoch was a man who became godlike, and he built a city, and this
Oh, so that's what he was doing. I was like, man, I guess you gotta be there to really, really see it. But this is what they were depicting.
And now we find out from the Bible why it is getting so hot outside. Now, according to the book of Enoch, the sun is supposed to shine brighter than normal in the last days. And we can see that that is exactly what is happening when you look at this red light, which is plastic. And as you can see, the sun has completely, not completely, but almost melted the whole plastic off of the yellow and the green light and is working on the red light. Now, there's an answer for this in the book of Enoch, and I'm going to read it for you. I'm going to be reading from Enoch, the 80th chapter, the 5th verse, and it says, "And in those days the sun shall be seen, and he shall journey in the evening on the extremity of the great chariot of the west." Let me stop right there. Now the sun shall be seen. A lot of us might say, wait a minute, we see the sun every day, but we don't. We only see the corona of the sun. That is the shining bright light of the sun. That is what we see. The only time the sun can be seen is when it goes under the earth and the angels take the heat and the splendor off of the sun. Then you are able to see the sun. Now look at my other videos where I showed the rays coming out of the sun. That is the sun under the earth. And that was taken straight from the NASA website. So that's not me coming up with those videos. But I'm going to say, well, when it journeys in the extremity of the west, that means it sets in the west. Now, when it sets in the west, a lot of people may be thinking, well, why is the sun not going down, or why is it still bright outside? And this is what's going to be happening. The sun will go to the west, and it will still be light outside for longer than normal. And this is because the book of Enoch is prophesying this, letting us know that these are signs from the Most High that the last days are here. And it says, "It shall shine more brightly than accords with the order of light." Now, the reason why it's shining so brightly is that the sun is coming to an end. It's almost like a light bulb. Before the light bulb goes out, it gives this bright flash. And this is what the sun is going to be doing, and it is approaching that time. It's not there right now, but as you can see, it's getting there because of the heat that we are dealing with in these last days. It is so hot that you literally can't go outside and touch any black surface without getting burned or something. So once again, the book of Enoch has proven that the Bible, or the book of Enoch, should never have been taken out of the Bible, and that the book of Enoch is the inspired word of God. I want to say God bless you. Have a great night or day. Thank you for watching.
That's fascinating. The sun underground? The sun's nowhere to be seen, but we still getting daylight.
So now we learn from the Bible how these walls got here. Hello out there. Today we're going to get a little deeper into the creation story. And in order to do that, we got to take you out of the Sunday school lesson and bring you into the Enochian seminary classes. All right. In our Bibles, all we are told is, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. All right, we could go with that. But there are some people who want to know what really happened. And if the book of Enoch was never taken out of the Bible, we would know this. And I'm going to read from Enoch, this is 2nd Enoch, the 27th verse. All right, it says right here, "And I commanded, let there be taken some of the light and some of the darkness." Now, remember when we said, let there be light. Notice the sun is not even here yet. So today you're going to learn about this light. Now, this light is a different type of light that we're used to seeing. This light is, I want to say, programmable, but this light is a tool that the Most High uses to create other things. So everything that is created comes from the light. It's like the hammer of the spiritual world or something. I don't know if I'm putting it right, but anyway, he took the light and the darkness and made water from the light and the darkness, because it says, let there be taken some of the light and some of the darkness. And I said, become thickened. So he made this light, some of the light and some of the dark, become thick and become water. It says, become thickened and be wrapped around with light. So that light again, he took the light and made some of the light and some of the darkness water, and then he took light again and wrapped it around the water. Now, we're going to tell you what this water is. This water is really the ice wall. So let me show you. He said, and I said, become thickened and be wrapped around with light. And I spread it out and it became water. All right. So this is water from some of the light and some of the darkness became water. I want you to hang in there with me because this is kind of complicated. And I spread it out above the darkness below the light. So think of this water having the bottom of it being darkness and at the top of this water being light. Now the sun is still not here yet, but this light has created water, and then it's darkness under the water and it's light above the water. And it says, and thus I made the solid waters, that is to say the bottomless, and I made a foundation of light around the water. Now notice, there it is again. The light is around the water. All right, but this light is going to end up being an ice wall. And I created 7 great circles inside it. All right, let me give you an example of what's going on here. All right, remember this picture. This is another picture that I have off the internet. All right, you're just using this for an example. I don't want people messaging me and telling me that's not how it is. I'm just using this as an example. Think of 7 of these. There's just 1. That's 2. Think of 7 of them. And you got 7 of these with a barrier around all 7 of these. It's a barrier around them. So a big, huge barrier around all.
Are you kidding me? 7 ice walls? Are you kidding me? That means Behemoth is probably on number 6.
All of these. All right, think of that first. Let's go back. All right, it says right here, and thus I made the solid waters, that is to say the bottomless, and I made a foundation of light around the water. That's the light around the water. That's going to be the ice wall. It's not the ice wall yet. It says, and I created 7 great circles inside it. So he took this one big circle, and put 7 of them smaller circles inside this one big circle. And I gave them an appearance of crystal. Now he's working on solidifying them, wet and dry. That is to say glass and ice. Now they're solidified and to be the circuit for water and other elements. What did he mean by circuit for water and other elements? Let me go back. All right. These are circuits. So remember I say there's 7 of these. So each one of these, the circuit, this is the water that the circuit of the water and the wind. It said the other elements, wind, rain, snow. These are the circuits that those elements follow. All right, let's go back. All right. And I pointed out to each one of them his route to the 7 stars. He's talking about the 7 stars now, which is one of them is our sun. I pointed out to each one of them his route to the 7 stars. One of these are the sun, our sun. Each one of them in his own heaven, so that they might travel accordingly. So, back to here. Each one of these have a star in it. This is our sun. Our sun is the star. The star here, star. All of these 7, basically 7 different stars. All right, let's go back. All right, that should be okay. And I made a division between the light and between the darkness. That is to say, in the middle of the waters, that this way and that way. Now, what is he talking about right here? Now, it's starting to get a little bit complicated. That's what it seems like. It's getting a little complicated, but let me explain that too. Because this is right here. Between the light and between the darkness, that is to say, in the middle of the waters, this way and that way. And I said to the light that it should be day, and to the darkness I commanded that it should be night. And evening came, and again morning came. Let me explain what that's saying. He made a separation. So the sun is coming from the east like this. going under the earth, report to the north, come back down to the east. So when the sun does this, guess what? Now it's darkness. This is the separation because the sun is under. When it comes back, now it's come back in. It's light. So it's separating the darkness. Now the darkness moved out. The light is here. Going back under, now it's dark again. This is the separation he's talking about. He said, in the middle of the earth. Let me say it, let's show it again. In the middle, where it says, that is to say, in the middle of the waters, this way and that way. So when we go back, we find that the portals, 6 portals here, 6 portals here. This is the middle. This is what he's talking about. All right, let's move on, because this is getting interesting. All right. Then it says right here in verse 28, it says, and thus I made solid the heavenly circles. Now the domes are solid. The light that was there is now solid. They're domes. And I said, let the lower waters, which is below heaven, collect itself into one collection, and let its waves become dry. Now the water becomes dry, and he's going to make rocks out of the water. And it happened like that. And from the waves, I created rocks. See that? He created rocks from the waves, solid and big. And from the rocks, I assembled the dry land and called the dry land earth. So he made the earth from these rocks, you know, the dry land, not the earth itself, but the dry land. He called it earth. And what was in the middle of the earth, I called chasm. That is to say, bottomless. The sea I gathered into one place, and I bound it with a yoke. Now this is a yoke. This is a yoke. A yoke goes like around a cow's neck or something. This is yoke. This is the sea being bound by a yoke. All right, let's go back. The sea I gathered into one place, and I bound it with a yoke, and said to the sea, behold, I give you an eternal boundary, and you will not break through from your own waters. And so I fixed the solid structures and established it above the water. Solid structures? What is that? I wonder if these are solid structures. And then notice what it says. Solid structures above the waters. When you look at this, it looks like it's above the waters to me. What do you think? Above the waters. Look at this one. Above the waters. This one here is completely frozen in this area. But as you can see, above the water. So now we learn from the Bible how these walls got here.
Are you kidding me? 7 different walls, and they laid it out all on Enoch? What version was that? It looked like there was more, like it was talking about Monday, Tuesday, like each day had significance. Man, we officially on Dark Waters 9 now. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, man. This is getting deep.
The behemoth is mentioned in the book of Job in the Old Testament of the Bible. In Job 40:15-24, this being is described as a creature of great strength and size. Behold now the behemoth, which I also have made like unto thee. It eateth grass as an ox. Behold now, his strength is in his loins, and his power in the muscles of his belly. His tail moves like a cedar, the sinews of his thighs are interwoven. His bones are strong as brass, and his limbs as bars of iron. He is the beginning of the ways of God. He that made him may cause his sword to draw near to him. Surely the mountains bring forth grass for him, and all the beasts of the field frolic there. He shall lie down under the shadows, in a place hidden from the reeds and the marsh. The shadows shall cover him, his branches shall compass him about. Behold, the river shall overflow, and he shall not make haste, confident though Jordan rise at his mouth. Shall any take him when he is alert, or with hooks shall he pierce his nose? This passage describes the behemoth as a powerful grass-fed creature with strong loins and a tail that swings like a cedar. There has been much debate about the exact identity of the behemoth, some interpreting it as a hippopotamus, an elephant, or even a mythical creature. However, The poetic and symbolic description in the book of Job makes its exact identification uncertain.
This biblical creature is so strong that only God can tame it. If you don't know who this is, let me explain. This creature's name is Behemoth. According to Job, the behemoth was the first creation of God, an enormous creature of tremendous power. It has also been described as a primeval monster of chaos, defeated by Yahweh at the beginning of the process of creation, much like the Leviathan. We can kind of get a hint of who this creature is and what it looks like in Job 40. It says, "Look now at the behemoth, which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his hips, and his power is in his stomach muscles. He moves his tail like a cedar, the sinews of his thighs are tightly knit. His bones are like beams of bronze, his ribs like bars of iron. He is the first of the ways of God, only he who made him can bring near his sword. Surely the mountains yield food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. He lies under the lotus trees, in a covert of reeds and marsh. The lotus trees cover him with their shade, the willows by the brook surround him. Indeed the river may rage, yet he is not disturbed. He is confident, though the Jordan gushes into his mouth, though he takes it in his eyes, or one pierces his nose with a snare." These verses explain how
The most terrifying monsters in the Bible include the behemoth, a beast that can only be defeated by its creator, ranking high among God's creations. Described in the book of Job as a being of immense strength, particularly in its abdomen where its power is concentrated, the behemoth is a symbol of chaos, often paired with Leviathan.
The book of Job, chapter 40, 15 to 24. Look now at the behemoth which I made along with you. He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his hips, and his power is in his stomach muscles. He moves his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his thighs are tightly knit. His bones are like beams of bronze, his ribs like bars of iron. He is the first of the ways of God. Only he who made him can bring near his sword. Surely the mountains yield food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. He lies under the lotus trees, in a covert of reeds and marsh. The lotus trees cover him with their shade. The willows by the brook surround him. Indeed, the river may rage, yet he is not disturbed. He is confident, though the Jordan gushes into his mouth, though he takes it in his eyes, or one pierces his nose with a snare.
Did you know that there were dinosaurs mentioned in the Bible? In Job 40, a dinosaur-like creature was described in the Bible, and it was called Behemoth, which means kingly gigantic beast. It talks about his tail being like a cedar tree and his legs being giant and strong, but it's a beast that eats grass like an ox.
What is the behemoth?
The legendary behemoth from...
What is the behemoth according to the Bible? Behemoth is a creature mentioned in the book of Job in the Bible. It is described as a large and powerful beast. The behemoth is a plant eater. Hunting the behemoth is futile, because it cannot be captured. Behemoth lives near water. The Hebrew word behemoth means great beast. Among Jewish legends, one relates that the righteous will witness a spectacular battle between Behemoth and Leviathan in the Messianic era.
The first part of a series on the most epic battles in the Bible, we delve into a monumental clash foretold in rabbinical tradition to occur after Armageddon. This battle, transcending mere human conflicts, represents the ultimate confrontation of good and evil, with heaven pitted against hell and Jesus against Satan. As these celestial and infernal forces collide, a separate but equally awe-inspiring battle is prophesied to unfold between two gargantuan creatures, Leviathan and Behemoth. These beings, embodying immense power and majesty, are said to rule over their respective domains, Leviathan over the seas and Behemoth over the land. This titanic duel of biblical beasts, visible in their immense power even to the human eye, is a spectacle of unmatched scale and ferocity. According to tradition, this cataclysmic battle will ultimately be ended by the intervention of God himself, who will vanquish both creatures.
Did you know that the Bible mentions that just as humans cannot face the Leviathan, they are even less able to confront a creature called Behemoth? In the book of Job, God describes Behemoth as a true masterpiece. According to the text, Behemoth was God's first creation, even before the Leviathan. This creature has an impressive appearance and strength, with an abdomen of powerful muscles, bones dense as bronze, and legs as strong as iron. Although it rests under trees and is herbivorous, the Bible warns that it can attack if disturbed. Some believe that Behemoth is a hippopotamus, but the Bible says its tail moves like a cedar. Others think it might have been a dinosaur, possibly a sauropod, although its tail is not exactly described like that of a cedar. Additionally, a Jewish text mentions that Behemoth is stronger in June and its roar makes animals docile, preventing them from attacking each other or humans. In a confrontation between Behemoth and Leviathan, who do you think would win? Leave us your opinion in the comments.
Have you ever heard of Behemoth and Leviathan? According to the Holy Bible and the Book of Enoch, these epic creatures are involved in an impressive final battle. Behemoth is described in the Book of Job as a gigantic herbivore, unbeatable and powerful, with bones like bronze tubes and limbs like iron bars. Leviathan, mentioned in Job and the Book of Isaiah, is a terrifying sea monster, a mighty serpent that spews fire and smoke. In the Book of Enoch, there are accounts of a final battle between these two creatures. Behemoth, ruler of the lands, and Leviathan, Lord of the seas, face each other in a cosmic struggle symbolizing the fight between the forces of creation and chaos. This battle is a reflection of the eternal struggle between good and evil and promises an apocalyptic outcome. Want to learn more about these legendary creatures and their epic battle? Like and follow.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to give thanks to my Heavenly Father for allowing me to exist on this day. But let's go and get to the topic. Everybody is talking about Leviathan and Behemoth. All right, Leviathan is mentioned 6 times in the Bible. I just realized that it's actually a she. Okay, you could find the information in scriptures where she's mentioned in Job 3:8, Job 40, 35 through 41:26, Psalm 74, 14, Psalms 104:26, and Isaiah 27:1. Now, as I was studying this situation, something popped in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. They're saying this is an aquatic creature. You know, scales, everything, a lot of characteristics of this creature or this beast reminded me of Godzilla. All right, just remember that, Godzilla. All right, Behemoth. Behemoth is a powerful grass-eating beast animal whose bones are tubes of bronze. His limbs are like bars of iron. That's in Job 40:18. Okay, what animal that you know is powerful or eats vegetation? When we look at it, a gorilla. Okay, gorilla mean things, they don't really eat flesh like that. They eat vegetation. What is the greatest gorilla that we know? King Kong. Okay, King Kong is on the earth. He's in the jungle. He's hidden. You can't even get access to Kong. He only comes out when he's called upon. Godzilla, he's in the abyss. She's in the abyss, and she's only coming out when she's called upon. Now, it's just recently that they're starting to create these movies with these two having these great battles, or not, just getting it in, They always say that they put stuff in plain sight for us to see, but only a few will understand. Could this possibly be they telling us was to come? I mean, biblically, we know that it's gonna be a battle. But now that they're saying and giving these two creatures, they're supposed to be mystical, they're actually trying to give characteristics or use the characteristics for those creatures that's out of the Bible, and we all know the word is true. So please comment. Let me know what you think about this. Thank you.
The Most Incredible Battles in the Bible, Part 2. Do you like the previous battle? If so, stay, because here we go with the most incredible battles in the Bible, Part 2. The following is the battle between two biblical beasts. The rabbinic tradition tells us about this battle that will be after Armageddon, in which there will first be a war between good and evil, heaven against hell, Jesus Christ against Satan. But while all this is happening, there will be a battle between two great beasts which are very powerful. We are talking about Leviathan and the Behemoth. These beasts have enormous power that no one imagines or knows. One of these beasts dominates the land, and the other dominates the seas, according to some biblical stories. This battle will only end with the power of God. It will destroy them both to serve them at a banquet. After Armageddon, these beasts can be found in the book of Job, specifically in Job 40 and Job 41. According to stories and religions, this battle will be of colossal proportions. Tell us what you think about this great battle. This is all in mythologies. Follow us and comment which battle is more incredible.
Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you. Look at Behemoth, which I made along with you, and which feeds on grass like an ox. What strength it has in its loins, what power in the muscles of its belly. Its tail sways like a cedar, the sinews of its thighs are close knit. Its bones are tubes of bronze, its limbs like rods of iron. It ranks first among the works of God, yet its maker can approach it with his sword. The hills bring it their produce, and all the wild animals play nearby. Under the lotus plant it lies, hidden among the reeds in the marsh. The lotuses conceal it in their shadow, the poplars by the stream surround it. A raging river does not alarm it. It is secure, though the Jordan should surge against its mouth. Can anyone capture it by the eyes, or trap it and pierce its nose?
Did you know about the two biblical beasts that if confronted could destroy the earth? And was chained by the archangel.
But how is it that you go about defining good and evil? I'm only using what the gods gave me.
But 7 walls, though, that is just beyond fascinating. Because if that's 7 walls, each one has portals. What's on those lands in between those 7 walls? Hey, that's gonna be for another video. If you made it this far, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, man. It's your boy Jesse Chuck. We're going off on these videos, man. We're on fire. And drop some words of an encouragement, what you like best about this video, down in the comments below. Really helps me out. Our next video, best believe it's gonna be a banger, man. Banger after bangers, man. Gems for everybody. You know, it's I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. Thank you for hanging in there with me and watching these boys. Man, I finally got some friends to watch these with, man, without y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. You know? These creepy videos that might just change your reality. Question everything. Rethink everything. You know? It's wild. But hey, man, we're going to be going live soon. Titan hunting, be on the lookout for it. Shout out to all the Dark Waters 9 members. If you have some interesting photos or videos, be sure to drop them in the Discord. Link is below. And just thank you, man. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Alright guys, we're going to call it there. If you made it this far, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Go ahead and share these on Facebook, on your Instagram. Go ahead and share these. If you really enjoyed this one, go ahead and share it. Let everyone see it. And you know, hopefully you learned something. Godzilla based on a true story. How wild is that? For entertainment purposes only. Shout out to all the Dark Waters 9 members. Shout out to Retro for the video in the beginning. Yeah, it's we got a lot to dive in. I didn't cover everything like how I wanted to, man, but we only get 24 hours in the day, and tomorrow's another day. We're gonna go live one of these days and do some Titan hunting on Google, man. There's who knows what's all telling. They say the turtle, Leviathan, man. We got to see it all. But hey, y'all, until next time, peace out.